Weather impact alert. You need to stay weather aware not only tonight, but also really tomorrow is kind of when the big threat is. Tonight, though, you shouldn't let your guard down. I think the moral of the story is have a plan in place.
Yeah, we have team coverage ready and prepared for tonight. Amber and Blake are both going to be here. And then tomorrow night, I think all four of us are going to be locked in on that chunk of the storm because it really just looks like it's going to move fast, but it's going to pack a punch as it does track through. Yeah. It's not often that we're placed underneath this enhanced risk for severe weather, but we're really watching to see if we get bumped up to a moderate risk. I think the ingredients are there. I think the mode of severe weather could potentially warrant that upgrade in a risk. That's ultimately up to the Storm Prediction Center, but it is certainly something that is you need to multiple means to receive critical weather.
Yeah, whether that be the 13 on your side app, whether you have a weather radio, don't just rely on those outdoor sirens. I know a lot of people they always peek their head out to listen for them, but those are for outdoor folks only. Yeah,
exactly that. They're for outdoor folks only, and at the same time, outdoor sirens are very inconsistent. You live away from the city, from your how do you say that word?
Municipality.
Yeah, municipality. Yeah. You're not going to hear that siren because that's most likely where it's located. And so you need to think about those things when it comes to making your weather plan. But lots to talk about, so let's delve into things here. Starting off with our weather, or actually starting off with a look at Grand Haven. You can see lots of beach goers. Hopefully they're getting their couple hours in, soaking in this heat and humidity in the right spot, I guess, along the big lake. Because soon enough here, it's going to be storms that roll in after about 6 o'clock. I would suggest all of them along the lakeshore heading on in. Right now, our weather ball is currently blinking red as we have warmer conditions ahead and continue to track storms in sight as well. And this view is sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse. Storm threats today: medium risk for damaging winds, medium risk for flooding. I think that there could be some heavy, intense rainfall embedded within this system, and so we'll be watching for that closely. A low risk for tornadic activity, but not zero. There could be a spin-up tornado embedded within this system, but it's just a low risk for that. You can see the cluster of showers and storms right here. That's what's going to track towards us. A tighter shot of things here. I will be monitoring for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as well. You can see we have a little bit of rain starting to show up there on that gradient up just inland there of Mason County. We could continue to see some inland pop-up storms develop as we get into the afternoon hours here. Hour-by-hour forecast, though, showing the main line crossing Lake Michigan right around 6 o'clock tonight, making it into the greater Grand Rapids area by 8 p.m. This is where we could start to see an isolated severe storm squeezed out. When I look at all the different layers of the atmosphere, it's really kind of honing in on this pocket here to the north and east of Grand Rapids. But all of our area does have at least some elements to it that could support some severe weather. By the time we reach 2 a.m., we'll be back underneath drier and quieter skies, just some rainfall overnight. And then here's that sunshine, right? That's our energy booster as we head into tomorrow. Really going to prime up our environment as this line of storms approaches us. 6 o'clock, things are still quiet. If we get some storms before 6 p.m., that will really actually help us. We want to see cloud coverage. We want to see early storms in an environment like this tomorrow because it takes away from some of the energy and steam, because look at how potent this line of storms looks. As it crosses the lake, it's still holding on to its intensity. By 8 to 9 o'clock, it's on the Lake Michigan shoreline. 9 to 10 p.m. across the greater Grand Rapids region. I mean, this is some seriously heavy rainfall embedded within these storms, as well as 75 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts and the potential for multiple tornadoes greater than an EF2 strength, or at least at EF2 strength. So we're really taking that line of storms seriously. It does look to move fast. That's the one thing that could help us out tomorrow, is the quickness and the pace of those storms as it races out of here. And by 2 a.m., we're back to dry skies. By 6 a.m., when that sun comes up on Friday morning, we will be back to sunny conditions. Storm Prediction Center continues in their latest update, which did come out at 12:30, to just keep us underneath that enhanced risk for severe weather. That's a 3 out of 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. All of West Michigan is underneath that level 3 risk for severe storms. Whether or not they place us underneath a moderate risk or not is something that we will see develop likely after this batch of storms comes through tonight. We tend to get a little bit better idea of the environment following that storm. And so we should have some updates for you come either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Right now, we're thinking a high risk of 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts. I would actually say there's a high likelihood that we see higher than 75 mile per hour wind gusts, and a medium risk for tornadic activity and flooding. The reason that we consistently have flooding introduced into this is because we have so much moisture content in our atmosphere. And let's look at that. We've got a dew point right now sitting at 74 in GR as well as Kalamazoo. That's pretty much as humid as it gets. That air you can wear feeling like you're wrapped up in a wet towel outside. and then temperatures are sitting in the 80s. So the combination of those two things are creating heat index values near triple digits for many locations south of the Kalamazoo or 94 corridor. Over the next several hours here, even tonight, after those storms pass through and into tomorrow morning, our dew points are still holding in the upper 60s to low 70s. And temperature-wise, I think that's a little bit colder than what we'll end up being. We likely will still be in the mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. As for our dew point forecast, finally following Thursday's system, we start to strip that moisture out of the atmosphere and actually set up for a much cooler temperature profile. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast showing off the drop in temperatures beginning Friday and then consistent into next week, where we actually will only be in the mid 70s to low 80s with low humidity levels. So it will be a drastic difference from the heat and humidity that we're experiencing right now and continuing into your Thursday, Tanner.